Before we get into the video, please check out my Patreon. It's only $2 a month. There you can see videos early and support the channel, and join my Discord and get to chat with me and my friends. Def joined because Rav Sucks and Dead Air Films are there, and those two are always japping it up. Links to both are in the description below. I just came back from watching the Angel's Egg re-release in theaters, and what I can say about this movie is that I think this movie is actually really good. Now for context, this was the first time I watched Angel's Egg. It had come up in my research on other retro anime, but I never sat down to watch it. I'm a mere mortal, so there's only so much time I can divide between watching something like Fight Ixer 1, Combat Mecha is Up, and The Righteous Gemstones. I went into this movie blind. I didn't know who directed, wrote, or even animated this. I didn't even know what it was going to be about, and when I left that theater, I felt this profound feeling of having seen one of the most gorgeous animated films I've seen in my life, and a movie that leaves me with more questions than answers, and I mean that in the best way possible. Angel's Egg follows two nameless characters, a young woman who believes an egg she's carrying contains what will become an angel, and a young man who had a dream about a bird and is on a quest to understand what it means. With their time together on a desolate land, the film uses biblical quotes, allegories, imagery, symbolism, and mystery to question the very notion of faith. And like God and like religion and stuff. Yeah, you get it. Mamoru Oshii repurposed ideas from a cancelled Lupin III film. The studio believing his ideas were too controversial, that film would turn into Lupin III Legend of Gold, but the ideas of questioning one existence and an Angel's Egg would be ideas Oshii would keep for, well, Angel's Egg. Initially a comedy film, Oshii switched to a more grounded, less narrative-driven film after Oshii saw Yoshitaka Amano's art. Yes, that Yoshitaka Amano's art. The one from Vampire Hunter D fame. Oh yeah, and a plethora of other works, but who really cares about that? Oh my god, this art is amazing. This film is mainly a collaboration of Oshii and Amano. With Oshii writing and directing, Amano drew up the concept and art direction, animated by Studio Dean and released as a direct-to-video OVA with a limited release in theaters on December 15th, 1985. Angel's Egg wasn't initially a financial success as it was hoped, but over time it would gain an audience due to its positive reception and soon-to-come cult following, being another hit staple of the OVA boom of the mid-80s. Oh my god, I just realized that I'm recording this on Thanksgiving. Like right now. I'll be damned before I spend time with the ones I love. When leaving the theater, I whipped up my phone and started working on this review. I feel like I had so many thoughts and feelings on what I had just watched that I was all like, Jehovah, are you witnessing this? Angel's Egg is a classic for a reason. Amano's art is damn near impossible to perfectly adapt for animation. A worst case example was the film that was released the same year, Vampire Hunter D, where I criticized that due to its budget and time of production between the novel and the first film, Amano's art and character design was tweaked greatly to be easily animated. But I feel like Angel's Egg does justice to his art. It also helps that the character design, blocking, and backgrounds are excellently done, giving in to this whimsical, decaying, gothic world our characters live in. Understand that after I watched this movie, I knew my approach to Angel's Egg had to be different. The usual criteria I would look for in my movies couldn't be applied to Angel's Egg like I had done with previous anime. Angel's Egg asks a lot of questions and has so much symbolism that I'm going to be completely honest, I cannot fit all of it into this video. But the general theme of Angel's Egg is its balance between faith and skepticism. And no better is it shown to us than the two foiled characters we follow in the story. Faith is represented by the young girl's belief that the egg she's carrying will have an angel in it. She symbolizes people with faith in a higher power, going out of her/their way to protect what is a literal gift from God, and that's symbolized by the egg representing hope. Also, the not-so-subtle imagery of the young girl holding an egg like she's pregnant goes along and parallels the story of the Virgin Mary, holding an egg that represents hope, which is supposed to represent the MC of the Bible manga post-Old Testament arc time skip Lesu Christo. I also thought I should mention another instance of faith is the fishermen throughout the film, who are constantly after a fish that's basically a shadow. No matter how many times they attempt to catch this fish, the shadow fish keeps swimming. The fishermen's fruitless efforts to spear the fish speak to the insecurity that goes along hand in hand with faith. A leap of faith is just that, a leap. There is no guarantee of evidence, no guarantee that what's desired will appear, no guarantee that prayers will be answered or even heard. The fishermen take aim at the fish over and over, never able to reel it in. Is this the pursuit of fools trying to try over and over and grab what they cannot obtain? The desolate and dreary world that sets the stage of the film has everything to do with their efforts, with no sunlight and the last dregs of humanity turning to stone. It seems to be so pointless to continue reaching at something that seems unreachable. That being said, human beings require purpose. In hard times, we turn to faith, to the belief that there is someone watching out for us, that there is something different, something better out there if we continue on. There is an inherent beauty in this hope. The fishermen's continued pursuit of the fish, despite everything, speaks to their faith, as does the little girl's continued protection of the egg. They're all pursuing a better future in the only ways they know how. There is something so beautiful about their determination in the face of insurmountable despair. I'm reminded of the Bertolt Brecht poem, Motto. In the dark times, will there be singing? Yes, there will also be singing about the dark times. Skepticism is represented by the young man. It's constantly questioning his position on a dying world, questioning his dreams of a bird, also questioning and challenging the young girl's faith in the egg, questioning the egg itself and wondering the two things the audience is wondering: what's in the egg, and is there actually an angel in it? This is an ongoing question throughout the movie. What is in the egg? Is there an angel in this egg? Is there anything at all in this egg? Okay, so before I continue, I will tell you to watch Angel's Egg. If you want a short, wrapped-up review of it, I think this film is a masterpiece visually, story-wise, and even within its own interpretations. Though our characters don't develop in a traditional storytelling sense, the themes shine light on someone who's clearly having a crisis of faith, even if the director Mamoru says otherwise. I applaud the film's tackling of such subject matter using its esoteric lens. That being said, my next point contains spoilers, so if you want to watch Angel's Egg, I recommend you click off right here. Questioning the world in front of us is a very deeply human trait. Why should we coast on faith blindly when we can and should have access to the truth?
今でもそこにいて夢を見続けているよ。
夢 鳥はどんな夢を見るの?
The pursuits of truth is an important and an educated one. Questions, after all, are meant to yield answers. Well, in most cases. The young man trails the young girl for most of the film. At first, she resists his protection and his aid, but slowly comes to trust him. She explains to him her purpose for collecting the many jugs of water and protecting the egg she believes that will hatch into an angel and save them all. The young man is not so easily swayed. He expresses his doubts in her faith, to which she is unwavering. The young man's skepticism builds to the point that he waits for the girl to fall asleep and No, wait. This is the movie's climax, and after this point, the film gets really weird. And this is when the film asks us more questions and does not answer a single one, both visually and story-wise. Is cracking the egg an educated act or one of needless cruelty? I wonder if it isn't a bit of both. Without his brazen betrayal of the girl and her quest, we would not know that the egg was seemingly empty. Was the egg actually empty, or was there an unseen spiritual force inside of it? Furthermore, the girl would not have ultimately sacrificed herself, birthing many eggs that would later hatch. And lastly, the girl would not appear as stone on the ship that takes off at the end. The young man's actions were cruel, but they moved forward the young girl's purpose. Over the course of their quest, we see so much imagery that never takes side with either character. The unexplained. After all, how could it? The two characters are two parts of the same whole. The way the plot unfolds, what could have been a nihilistic, atheistic fantasy into one I'm still wondering where the film stands. The movie ends with the ship leaving the planet, the young man watching intently as it takes off. As the camera pulls out and out and out, the final shot is a tipped over boat. Noah's Ark sank at the bottom of the sea. But I think so anyway. I honestly had no idea what I was fucking looking at. So I took a little trip to Reddit and found out that it was like Noah's Ark. So I'm just going to go with that. Yeah, I liked Angel's Egg. Good movie.
Let's go.